This is where the fun begins.
Dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural.
I'm numb. Literally, I'm numb. I just got a root canal and my left side of my face is numb. So if I talk funny, well, I usually talk funny anyway. It's no surprise to anyone. But yeah, just don't mind me. I just got like a root canal, and like I said, a lot of anesthesia is happening right now. But we're back. Back with a vengeance. Welcome back to another episode of the Sithcast podcast, a Star Wars podcast where we pretty much talk anything and everything Star Wars. I'm one of your hosts, PJ the Paradox Nerd, alongside my co-host, Sean Solo, aka
What's up?
Collectibles. Oh my goodness,
guys?
man. Ugh. Like my face is numb. I don't know if it's the anesthesia or acolyte, but anyway, we got two returning guests tonight, two returning special guests tonight. First off, we got Lex, aka Jedi Lex, in his house. What's up, Lex?
What's up, Lex?
Thanks for hopping on.
Yeah, happy to be back.
Yeah. So if you guys don't know who Lex is, please check out her YouTube channel, Jedi Lex. Does amazing work. She also has her own podcast on the YouTube channel. So please check her out. I was on there. So was Sean. So was, I think, yeah. Tony, were you on there or not yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tony was on there. We're all on there except for Anthony. Maybe he'll be on there soon.
Yeah.
We also have Tony, aka Star Wars Sith.
Yes, sir.
Tony. And he has his own podcast as well. But we start off with his YouTube channel, Star Wars Sith. Please check him out. Congratulations, man. Like, I feel like every time, like
He hits a milestone every time he comes on.
I'm like, all right, Tony.
Thank
18,
you.
18. It's like first it was like 10. Then I was like, oh, cool, man. That's awesome. Then like the next day it was like 11. I'm like, holy crap. Now is it what are you up to, like 20 now or close to it?
Not yet. I should hit 19 this weekend.
Yes.
And then maybe 20 next weekend, which would be nice. Which is
Nice.
crazy because my goal for this whole year was to
Mhm.
hit 20K, and to hit it in July is insane. It's insane.
Dude, congrats. That's awesome.
Well,
Thank you.
congrats, man. Well deserved. You do a lot of hard work over there. Same with Lex as well. Yeah, so please check out Tony in Star Wars Sith and also Sith Talk. Sorry, my stupid
It's going to be fun tonight.
Sith
Yeah.
Talk podcast. I was like, damn it.
You're going to have to start shocking like the soft.
I know.
Yeah.
Shopping, Shockotash.
Welcome to Sith Chat Podcast, everybody.
Yeah, I'm like, oh man, of course it's Sith, right? It's like fifth.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Also, we got the Sith cast. Oh my gosh, Sithcast holocron himself, Anthony, aka BMX Jedi. Anthony, I see you're wearing a Top Gun shirt instead of a Star Wars shirt. What's up with that?
Yes, fucking Maverick and Iceman. Can't
Like
go
that
wrong.
says it all. Like what the
Yeah.
hell?
Yeah. All right. So, all right, guys. Please check out, Lex's YouTube channel. Please check out Tony. Let's get him to 19,000 this weekend.
Yes.
How about
Yeah,
this?
yeah,
Let's get him to 20,000 this weekend. Like and
That's-
subscribe.
that's
Same with
crazy.
Lex. Let's get her to 1,000 as well. So please, guys, I'm not joking. Their content is amazing. They do amazing work. So shout out to both of them. Let's rock. And we got Sean back. Sean's back. I
I'm
can't talk.
back. Yeah.
All right, so let's address the chat real quick, and then we'll get hit the ground running. We got Victoria Amidala. What's up, Victoria? Thanks
What's up?
for hopping on the show. Welcome if this is your first time. We got Graham Oliver in his house. What's up, Graham?
What's up?
Graham.
We got Flex. Damn, look at all these legends. What's up, Flex?
Flex.
Oh, we got Kathleen Kennedy wizard sleeve here.
Oh God, look at the picture.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, guys. So I haven't gotten you guys back on the show during the Acolyte. I know you guys, I've been watching a lot of your content. And I give you guys a lot of credit. You guys give very valuable opinions. Very it's just a nice balance, right? Here, at least for me, I'll speak for me and Anthony. We just go on the crazy side.
I like to keep it real.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll start off with Lex. What did you think about the Acolyte as a whole now, since we completed the series yesterday? Or not the series, I guess you could say season 1.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely want to go back now that all the episodes are out and kind of watch them just back to back, because maybe that'll give me a better feel for it. But I definitely feel like I might be on the minority here, because I did, for the most part, enjoy the series. I thought it was really cool to kind of be in a different time period. We got to see Jedi again. I really enjoyed last night's episode, and I thought some of the lightsaber choreography was probably some of the best that we've seen since the prequels. But that's just my take on it. But so far I've enjoyed it, and there's nothing wrong with people that don't enjoy it either. So makes a good discussion.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, you go anywhere or talk to anybody with different shows. Some people don't like House of Dragon. Some people do. It's true though. It's true though. But but if we can
who doesn't like House of the Dragon? I haven't met that person.
I know. I haven't met that person either. But
they don't seem to be review bombing it either.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and and that's the thing. That's okay, right? It would be a boring world if we all agreed. This show would be the most boring show if we all came on and say, "Hey, how'd you guys like that Acolyte? It was great." Okay.
All right, bounty pickups.
Bounty pickups. All right. It's good discussion too, like you said, Lex. So, overall, as a whole, what would you give the show from 1 to 10?
Maybe a 6.5, nearing a 7.
Okay, so it's kind of average on in your personal opinion.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Cool. Are you hoping for season 2, or do you think they should leave it as is?
I would like to see a season 2. I think that there's kind of a different take that they could take on it. Honestly, I think kind of last night's episode really kind of opened a few doors that I think a lot of us had already kind of speculated were there. I think if they did do a season 2, it would be focused probably mainly on Vernestra and her story with Chimere, and how, he ended up as her Padawan and then kind of went to the dark side, and maybe how he's now Plagueis's apprentice. So I think that's going to be interesting. There's kind of probably going to be what they did with this season, I guess you could say, where they kind of just had different stories. They had Osha's story with Soul and May and this and that. So probably Vernestra and Chimere's story. Probably going to have Chimere developing Osha, and then probably Plagueis and Chimere's story. So I would like to see a season 2, but I guess we'll see.
Okay, cool. How about you, Tony? I was watching your live stream last night. The replay after I watched the Acolyte. But I mean, overall, what'd you think about this season? From beginning to end?
It was like a bad roller coaster ride. Because there was some stuff that I was like, okay, that's cool. I like that. Oh, that music sounds good. Oh, this lightsaber battle is dope. Your helmet's beautiful. But then there was a lot of weird stuff. And it's just what was crazy. There were so many questions we had, but instead of answering it in the show, it was answered in articles the next day that released after every episode, which blew my mind, which was weird. Especially after episode 7. After episode 7, it kind of turned me off a little bit, because I'm like, bro, the finale is going to be rushed. I have so many questions. Then that next morning, there was an article that answered everything. And I'm like, well, if you would have put that in the episode, it would have made a little bit more sense. So I'm just like, there's things that I like, but I think there's more things that I'm like, on with it. So like, bro, I'm the Bendu, bro. I'm just the one in the middle right now. Still.
All right, from 1 to 10 though, what would you rate it? And would you want a season 2?
Maybe like a 5, 5.5. Season. So what I want is a spin-off show called Plagueis or something like that. Cause like season 2, I think if it were to get greenlit, just because it has the name Acolyte, it's already going to be in trouble. Like that name is almost a bad word now. So it's almost like if you want to tell some of that story, give it a different name, maybe give it to somebody else that they can write a consistent story. Because Plagueis, like, I don't know if you guys have read that Plagueis novel, but it is amazing.
Yes.
And like,
yes,
like
absolutely.
When I saw Plagueis, I was like, oh my God, he looks so good. But then it's like, but why is he here for no reason at the end? Like, why wasn't the whole show Plagueis and Quimir doing evil Sith shit, making
absolutely
like doing experiments? So
yeah,
it's tricky.
You could have still had an Acolyte and spin it that way.
Yes.
You know, with Quimir's master Plagueis, like that would be way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
And what's with the sorry, real quick, Anthony, what's with the creepiness of all like not only Plagueis, well, we kind of expect that from him. He's a Sith Lord, but he's like creeping out of the cave, and then you also have like Soul like creeping out of the trees. Like it's like what's this theme of like
Plagueis should have been out. Because he's like Higo Damas holding, he runs the business. He should have been there in plain sight, like Palpatine. Like even like when the council was there or something, like he should have been there, just randomly, just chilling in plain sight, like Palps.
Yeah, absolutely.
Make them all creepy. Next thing you know, he's gonna be driving around in an unmarked ice cream truck, looking for Padawan.
I know it's like. Andy, sorry, I cut you off there.
I have a question because it's been a little bit since I read that Plagueis book, but there was a planet that they were on. It was
Baldemnik.
Is that the one where they were actually looking for the right? They were gonna like. It was where the stuff the helmet was made out of.
Yeah, Cortosis. Yeah, they were mining it there. Yep. Yeah.
Is that planet? Because they've never said what that planet is.
I think it is because it looks like it. And Plagueis was there, so that makes more sense. But also, they titled it Uncharted Planet or Unknown Planet because technically it wasn't discovered till the Clone Wars, and then it got charted.
Yep.
So it makes sense that it's Baldemnik.
So here's my thought. Chimera is not actually Plagueis's current apprentice. I think he just killed Tenebus.
Oh, that would be sick. I would love that even more. And he just
happened to kind of like almost stumble upon them.
That'd be dope.
That's a good thing.
The whole cave system fell in on them, right?
It did. Correctly? Yeah. Right. Yep.
So that was my thought. It's been my thought that's that planet the whole time.
And that would be cool and a good thought if they went that way. But it
would actually be better than if he's his apprentice, because that actually wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because he wouldn't want to bring in a third.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, exactly. Yeah. All right. Cool. While we're on, with you, we're on you, Anthony.
Hey.
You might want to let Sean go first.
Sean, go. Okay. All right. Sean.
What are we talking about?
What's your thoughts?
What's this acolyte we speak of?
Yeah, thoughts about the overall season. We'll deep dive into the episode like after this.
Well, last week I wasn't on, so the metal detecting completely ruined it for me. I was like, what? Like I said, 3 weeks ago we had talked. Like I really try to be optimistic about most of Disney stuff. Even this show, my optimism's up. And when it starts beating me down a little bit, and then we had talked, off camera about the negativity, and I was just like, it's really starting to infect me. My love for Star Wars was being brought down by too much negativity. And hey, I know, right? And hey, I bashed it too. I'm just like,
get in.
What you really think?
You want this.
Yeah, but no, it was just like, so I'm trying to just take it for what it is and not nitpick it to death.
You stronger.
But yeah, when they do shit like that with a metal detector, I'm just like, seriously, I'm like trying to just make myself not nitpick it, and then they throw that at me last week. I'm just like, come on. I'm like,
Yeah, what
it's like
yeah.
they don't even try. It's like,
I think they like when they did that, they're like, oh, this is genius.
it's not
Mhm.
genius. They didn't even space it up. It was a metal detector. Looked like he was on
Yeah.
vacation. You
No,
know?
but nobody's ever seen one of those.
Yeah. But
All these
so-
youngsters have never seen a metal detector.
no, they don't know what that is. But but the lightsaber battles are fantastic. Like I enjoyed it this week. Like Quimir's badass. Like he's
Mhm.
the
Yup.
best character. Like he's my favorite character in the whole show. Like
He's
I
better
like
without the
Saul.
helmet.
Saul's I don't.
He's way better.
I know
without the-
Tony. I know you love the helmet. I don't like like I'm not a fan of the helmet.
Shout out to Miller. Shout
the
out to this
teeth
guy.
bother me, man. I
To
don't know.
Rex.
I know Rex is killing it. I know.
Shout out to Rex. Shout out to Rex.
But-
I love
but-
your review, by the way, on it.
But
Thank you.
Quimir's a badass. Like he's just a cool villain. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
his lightsaber skills. Like I thoroughly enjoyed the battle with him and Saul. He's using the Force and he's bringing up. Like it's cool.
Mhm.
But that's me finding the positive in it. It's like, and do I think there will be a second season? Negative.
Mm. And
I think there'll
What
be a
is-
second season of Kenobi before there'll be a second season of this.
yeah,
I
I
don't-
think
I don't
I
think
think
it'll
I
be a
just
second
I just think
season
they got
either.
too much.
No.
Yeah. 1 to 10, and then we'll get to this question real quick.
I give it a 5.5 overall because of the lightsaber scenes, and I like Quimir.
Mm-hmm.
There's too
Okay.
many holes, plot holes that
I
just
agree.
really it threw me off the story so much.
Mm-hmm.
Like okay, like this past episode, you've got Osha and May. All of a sudden, May's like, "No, you just go ahead with Quimir, and I'm just going to go ahead and let you erase my mind," just like that. It was like when she flipped on Quimir in a few
Yeah.
episodes ago. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
she wants to go be good. I'm like, what? Like, there's
Ye-
no character building. There's no reason for it. Stuff like that drives me insane.
Yeah, it's like
They did
I
it
hate-
again this past episode. It's like
I hate
oh,
to say, I know they're the same person. By the way, spoiler talk here. I know that they're the same person supposedly, but is it like bipolar like personality? It's like one minute they
They're
want
like
to
a
kill it.
14-year-old girl.
it is literal split personality. It's the same person got literally
Yeah.
split. Like,
Yeah,
but
No, they're like a
no.
14-year-old girl that can't make up her mind minute to minute what she wants to do and what boy she likes.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the flipping on a dime drives me nuts.
yeah,
Like there, as much as we talk bad about it, like there are good points to it. It's just
Mhm.
wasn't written and put together very well.
yeah.
I think if it's got to be polished, And like I said,
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a positive. I mean, lightsabers were great. I like
Mhm.
how she bled the crystal. How badass was
I
that?
can't stand that.
You didn't like that? That
Hell
was
no.
cool. to See it in live
Well,
action.
It's not easy to do.
But I guess they were saying because they're so powerful. That's the thing they keep saying about
It
these.
took
They're basically
Vader
making these
multiple
two,
times.
but they were taking these. They're saying these two are more powerful than Anakin. They've already said that in this show. They
Yeah,
said it
but
in the
that
last
is
episode,
blasphemy.
right?
but in the
I know.
interview,
I agree.
Sean, no, but in the interview after episode 7, she clearly said that the twins are not as powerful as Anakin and they never will
Yes.
be. She
But
said
see,
that in
that's
an
the-
article, but the show, I don't get that impression at all.
But that
Right.
exactly, that's the
Yeah.
bullshit on this. Is like I have to
Yeah.
read articles to find out,
Yeah.
like a secret decoder ring to find out what's going on in this show
Well,
because there's so many holes in it.
It's like the
Yeah.
saying, listen to what they say, but watch what they do. And they're showing you that they're more powerful. And then over here, like on the 8th page of the
Didn't Saul
newspaper, they're
say
saying
something in this
they'll never be that
episode?
powerful.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
didn't Saul say something in this episode like, "Oh, you're so powerful," or "They're the
Yeah.
most powerful," or something?
Mhm.
Well,
And that's why I
mean,
was
to-
like, "Okay, well, I can
to
see
that
her
point-
getting angry where she's flipping like to bleed the crystal quickly because she's
It's-
supposedly
it's just
made to
not,
look like-
it's one more time where they just don't pay attention to what is possible within this world. And it
Yeah.
took Vader like 3 or 4 times to bleed his crystal. It's not an easy
Yeah, it's-
thing.
It's the comic books too. So
Right.
yeah." But
But-
it was
but
still
it's
cool
there.
to see it in live action.
Driver.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would like
Yeah.
to see the whole process in live action.
Yeah,
done
but
done
you're not gonna
properly.
get that.
Yeah.
You got to realize what we're watching here. It's Disney Star Wars. It's not.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not thought out. But
Yeah.
it was cool to see it, and I thought it was cool to see it turn the blue to red, like the
That's
pulsing.
not how
I-
this
I-
works. It's not how any of it works.
I know.
I
You
was
gotta
gonna say,
you gotta spin it, man. You gotta spin it.
I was gonna say, I was like, is this Theory sabers? Shout out to Theory. I know Tony's been getting a lot of his sabers, so
Yep.
no, but you know how like you could change the effects on
Yeah.
those sabers. It felt like felt like that, like
That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah,
I feel like it
Yeah.
looked exactly like the scene that we got in Jedi Survivor. It might not be the same as like the comics and stuff, but I thought it was very similar and I thought it was pretty cool looking. But I think Kymir makes a remark that, like we don't want to wait for the Jedi because clearly, what if they get a hold of your power? But I don't think they ever really state that the twins are more powerful than Anakin.
yeah.
It's,
It the thing too is that like I think with like Saul right, like he's been like blown away with the twins ever since he saw them in the forest, right? And he's been like obsessed about taking Osha, but like is it because like he felt the force in them? Like I never
he
got
felt the
that.
virgin.
Yeah,
the versions.
Yeah. But that one scene, he couldn't even tell them apart when May ran out, and he was like, "Osha, wait!" But it was May. That was so confusing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because when they were kids, they were fraternal twins, but then when they're older, they're identical. So it made it extremely difficult to tell them apart.
Mhm.
And then when they're older, you can tell them apart because one's got longer hair, and then
Yeah.
she's got like a permanent witch tattoo on her forehead. But then when she decides to cut her hair, the witch tattoo completely goes away.
Mm. Victoria Amidala says, haven't read the Plagueis book yet. How would they have him in a plain sight with the council looking like that though? He straight up looks like a Sith.
So the Plagueis was a businessman and
Yeah.
he was in high society. He was walking around and hobnobbing with
Yeah.
everybody of prominence, and nobody knew who he was, similar to the way that Palpatine became a senator
Yep.
and infiltrated his way all the way up to the top of the Senate. I mean, that's the gist of it.
Yeah. The wackest event was May's memory erased by a simple wave of a hand. Wow.
Yeah.
Barely an inconvenience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a Jedi or Sith power where you could mind erase? I never seen it in the comic
don't
books
know.
or in the video games. I just never
Never
heard of
seen
it.
it.
I mean, personally, I don't know. That's why I'm asking. Like, I'm not trying to be like funny
I've-
here.
No,
I never seen it. I thought I was watching an episode of the Men in Black, but anyway. All right. So
Could have been a Superman kiss.
All right, let's go to Anthony. What's
All
your
right.
thoughts? 1 to 10, and your
On the whole
thoughts-
series or the-
yeah,
On the
series.
whole
Yeah.
series? I'd say I'd give it a 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It bumped it up 2 notches.
2 notches to a 2.
Yeah. just because I think I know who Vanestra is, and I think I know who Kymir is now.
Mhm.
And I do think that the lightsaber fights were far better than what was in the sequels. They were
Yeah.
actually
that
choreographed.
They were,
You know,
I enjoyed
I
watching.
still think they need to get the guy from the prequels. I don't
Nick
think
Gillard.
Nick
nobody
Gillard.
can touch him. I mean, it's just
Nope. Yeah.
He's phenomenal.
if these were better than the sequels, he could make them as good as the prequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because he would have those people in there training like hell.
100%.
Yeah.
There's just so much that just Sean was talking about it. Like, you shouldn't have to listen to
an interview.
an interview
Yeah.
to explain things when it's so ambiguous. There's so many things about this
Mhm.
that, you know, like we talked about before, like it just seems like we're nitpicking, but it's because there's so many things that just don't make sense. All right, I want y'all to think about this with this one scene right here, where she had to basically slice the terminal to get the door to open.
Yeah.
Do you remember what happened 16 years ago when the place caught on fire and their power generator exploded and burned everything down?
Yeah.
How do they have power?
Oh, they got solar
the
panels
backup
over the last
generator.
couple of
Okay,
years.
all right. You know, but it's like stuff like that where they do something for plot convenience and then they just completely act like that thing never happened. Something else I noticed. Do you realize that he still had his small saber? He dropped his saber when the top of it got cut. All he had to
Yeah.
do is pull the bottom out. They've got separate kyber crystals.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it would have made more sense. Cut it in half, not just the tip of it off. Like little things like that, like details. You know, it's like they're either lazy in how they're doing things, or it's just like kind of like they don't even think about it. Like they don't even have the concept to think about, like, oh, well, if we do this, that kind of doesn't make this make any sense. You know, but I did like Saul, but he acts retarded. Like so many things he does. Like he gets out of his ship and has the ability to like exactly focus in and sense where they are. Yet both of those girls sneak up on him, take his lightsaber. I think the fight between Saul and Chimere is badass on the other planet. It was badass here. I didn't like the crouching tiger, like slow-mo jump down. I didn't really care for that, but that wasn't a deal breaker for the fights. I thought the fights were actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
But he obviously, like, he is very powerful. I thought when he sliced the tip of the saber off, I thought he actually like got Chimere.
I did
So
too.
did I. So did
Yeah.
I was waiting for that. And I mean, I think that would have been badass because it would have reminded me of the Obi-Wan Maul fight.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
Same move.
But, you know, there's just so many things about this that don't really make sense within the world they're in. They're whoever their people are that are trying to make different devices so that they feel like they're not from this world. They're not good. They're just not good. There's nothing else to really say about that. But I mean, I do give them props. At least they took a swing. They took a swing. It was a hard miss though. Like, you know, I really don't want them to do anything with Plagueis because that's probably my favorite novel.
Yeah.
I don't want to touch it. But I have a bad feeling. That they're gonna do it. And you want to know who I think Chimere is?
Who?
Yeah, I do. I think
Yaddle.
that's because I didn't read the books or anything.
Yaddle.
I think Chimere is Sheev.
What?
Sheev?
Yeah, it doesn't have to
Palpatine?
make sense. It doesn't have to make sense. Don't worry about that.
Sheev Palpatine.
Yeah, I don't think it has to make sense.
Oh, oh shit.
Because that's the only pupil that Plagueis had.
Well,
Or
He had
Or-
venomous.
Venomous?
Yeah, he traded
In that
venomous
novel?
on the side. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Tenebris
That.
did.
Okay.
Oh no, Tenebris did. You're right. You're right. Tenebris had
Okay.
venomous
Yeah.
to mess with Plagueis.
I guess correct.
Yeah, that's
So-
right.
Either that or maybe Osha's going to be Sheev.
Oh my god.
No.
Why would you think that?
Why would I not? What difference
here we
would it
go.
make?
Here we go. Here we go.
Explain to me by anything that they've done so far. Why would Osha be wild? Why would that not make sense?
Oh man.
Make that make sense.
Well, they'll be
Uh,
shapeshifters. We haven't seen that power yet.
There you go. I'm sold.
There you go.
So let me ask you this: when Vanestra was talking on the mic to somebody,
Yeah.
who was she talking to?
I don't think that was Pops. It sounded a
it
little
sounded
bit.
like
It sounded like Palpatine.
A
It was,
little
Yo-
bit.
it was
but
Yoda.
It sounded like Palpatine.
It
Now,
so sounded like
how
Power.
old was Palpatine? If it was, how old was Palpatine in Episode 1? Approximately
Oh.
50 years old.
Yeah. And how many years before episode 1 is this?
At least 80 to
87.
100. Yeah.
Okay, let's do the math.
Oh,
Negative-
God, no.
negative
How's that work
37.
out? How's that work out?
No.
Why?
No.
Why would his age and him not being born yet why would that matter?
Yeah, because Kiadi wasn't born, and technically Plagueis is like 15 or 16, and he looked older than a little 15-year-old Moon. So
Yeah.
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 So I can't remember. Do you remember about
Mhm.
like how many years before episode 1 did Plagueis kill Tenebris?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't
I don't either.
remember that part, but I remember after he did that when he found Palps. Palps was like in college or something like that.
He was kind of young.
He was kind
young.
of he
like
was
a kid.
young. Yeah, he was young.
Mhm.
And I know towards the end of the book, they get Padme her role in the Senate, so they could use that to their advantage later. So it
Yeah.
gets closer and closer.
Mhm. Yeah, and it was probably at that point it was probably just a few years, if
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And then I think he
So-
killed Plagueis when the night that he got Chancellor, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During Phantom Menace.
Mm.
I don't know why. I don't know why he just allowed her to kill him. Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so so you're trying to tell me you didn't like it. Okay. So for me, really quick, and then we'll deep dive into the episode together. Yeah, I mean, like I think before it's recorded, we do this podcast pretty much every other week or every week. That me and Sean and I were very excited for this show. We were like, okay, we had I would say high hopes, but I didn't watch any trailer, I didn't watch any like interview. I just heard it through the grapevine, but in the most part, I was pretty much excited for this show. And then the first scene happened, and it was like, "Fight me," and I'm like, "What?" I was like, "What?" I said, "I hope it doesn't go that route. Like, who goes up to a bar and says, 'Fight me'?" Right? Like, I mean, I know the Jedi are supposed to be noble and they don't engage in like any type of like fighting, like unless like provoked, but or unless they have to in self-defense. But honestly, though, who in that bar or in that restaurant would want to fight someone that says "fight me"? They're gonna be like saying the same thing too. But
A
anyway,
drunk person.
yeah, it's like
Yeah. 100%.
yeah, exactly. But anyway, just like for me, it was kind of disappointing, and there's little things here that I overlooked, right? Like the fire out in space. People were making a big deal out of that. I like I said, suspended belief in a lot of things, but the one thing
That's the least of our worries.
that was the least of our worries, right? The thing that really bothered me was the inconsistencies and the lazy writing. How do we have 30-minute episodes for $187 million budget where you have, I hate to use them as a comparison, but they kind of have the same like budget too, House of Dragons, and they're an hour long.
Yep.
You know how much things you could do with a 1 hour episodes, like how much
Lots.
You can fill in the gaps. You know what I mean?
From the
Actually
interviews.
explain the story. All the stuff that in your mind, you can
You
tell the rest
You
of your
can make it
audience
feel
what's
like
going on.
you can make it feel like you're in the world of the show that you're making.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
And
the short episodes hurt all of Disney's series that are 30 minutes. They're every single series is rushed, period.
Yep.
Yeah. And the thing too is that like it's so lazy that episode 3 and episode 7 are pretty much one episode.
Yes, they use the same footage.
They
Reverse.
use
Yeah,
the
but
same footage.
Think,
Like that.
you didn't know
how
that
lazy is
Saul was on that
that?
scaffolding,
Mhm.
and he's the one that made the noise that made Venestra go, or not Venestra,
Coral.
Coral.
the Zabrak, yeah, the
Yeah.
Zabrak, yeah. So you didn't know that, and without episode 7, you'd have never known that.
That saved the show.
Okay, yeah. That
There you
okay,
go.
that makes up for me. Okay. Well, that,
Can I change my rating?
yeah. No, the thing too is that like we deserve better as Star Wars fans. I'm sorry. Like I'm sorry if I believe in that, and I'm sorry if you guys disagree in what I'm saying. But as Star Wars fans, we deserve better. like the sets, like I feel so claustrophobic, like especially when they're in the forest and they're all fighting and the moths are there. Like I'm like, oh, like I'm like just like, it's like there's I don't know, like there's not a lot of world building in like a lot of these like episodes, right? Like yeah, and just like you said, like I said, like lazy writing, not doing the research, like not realizing, okay, why were you going to introduce Darth Plagueis? Are we just introducing Darth Plagueis just to introduce him and get people excited?
Clickbait.
Yeah, it's
Yes,
clickbait. Yeah,
it is.
yeah, and that's not fair because then we're
It
going to start. The people that read the book are going to start like you guys and me. Like we're going to be like, hey, what about this? What about that? Wait, is this? And you're trying to figure out, you know. And here's the thing too. What makes House of Dragons great?
Character
Dragons.
development and dragons.
Yeah,
Dragons
the
are badass.
dragons.
Well, they're
But the
also
thing too is-
staying true to
To the
books.
book,
Yeah, the source material. Yep.
Yeah.
the source
It's-
material.
You know, if there was actually source material for Star
Mhm.
Wars, then maybe they would have the ability to
do.
like
They
go back
do
and
have-
look at it.
They do have
Yeah.
source material. It's called
Yeah, she
Dark-
doesn't know that.
The Plagueis novel, baby.
the Plagueis
Yeah, she-
novel. Like
She doesn't
I
know
mean,
that. Kathleen Kennedy said, "We don't have the source material that Marvel does."
But that's crazy. It blows my mind because
It's almost like she
a-
doesn't know what she's talking
who
about.
here does not like the Plagueis book? Okay, exactly. Like we all like it. We all love it. It's if you guys have a chance, Spotify has audiobooks for
Mhm.
free. If you have you can listen to it and you can even like listen how well written it is, right?
Yeah.
But again, like it's just very disappointing and like to me, it's not about like okay, there's like this type of like casting or that or this and whatever the case is. No one cares. No one cares. Female, male, whatever. No one cares. You know what people care about? The story. That's what basically all of us are complaining about. Well, not all of us. I'm sorry. Like most of
No,
us.
I think,
Or
I think
half
that's
of
the
us.
majority of people. If
Yeah,
they're
it's just like
complaining,
it's just
it's
poor
about the
writing.
story.
I'm so disappointed that episode 3 and episode 7 are basically the same episode. Maybe a little like scenes here and there are just from different like perspective,
Yeah.
right? But it's the
Could've just
same
been one.
episode. And it's $187 million budget. Where did that money go to?
You know what I'm curious though? The one Padawan that turned into a Jedi Master in 6 years and then killed himself.
Oh,
What's his
Torben.
name?
Yeah,
Torben.
why?
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 He didn't do anything.
He didn't do
Yeah.
anything wrong.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything
Even-
wrong.
Even so, like he didn't even do
Boom.
anything. He was acting on self-defense, but he's just like, I killed your mom. Like
You have this witch
he didn't- he
that
didn't,
turns
like
into a black ether, and
yeah.
things coming down, and it's like this is like a demon. And what is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And at any minute,
but-
she didn't
the
have to wait till
possessed-
the lightsaber impaled her. She could have said, "Hey, listen, everybody, calm down." Osha
Well,
can
for
go
one,
in.
she turned into that black smoke, and then to me, like he was just defending himself. He doesn't know what she's going to throw at him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'd have done
And
the
that's-
same thing.
And that's the thing too. That's why with this episode, like the last one, I'm like, he's like giving up. But like, I'm like, I would be like, I'm like, hey, I was defending my colleagues, my Padawan, like that got possessed right before she turned into this black smoke.
Yeah,
Right?
the only
Like-
thing he should have felt bad about was potentially the fact that he chose to save Osha, and he thought he let.
Yeah,
May
I
die.
mean, yeah, we
That's
could
the
get
only
techni-
thing you should feel sorry for.
We could get technical and say that he could have like force pull both of them at the same time. He's pretty
I
powerful.
was already thinking that. Like he's that powerful. He could have easily pulled these little
Yeah.
60-pound girls up or whatever.
Yeah,
Like, come
Yeah,
on.
my God, they're like kids.
Well, the weight
But I
doesn't
get it.
matter.
Like I get it. They got to progress the story somehow. That's fine. Like stuff like that.
Have
I can,
another way. For
I
him
can
to-
overlook that stuff. It's the other stuff.
Have
that's like,
another way
what?
where you think the other girl died.
Yeah.
That was like
It's
that's
just-
the thing.
it's
Like
ju- it's
in
just-
Star Wars, it doesn't matter whether it's a rock or
Mhm.
a ship.
Yeah.
The weight is irrelevant. It's you either have the ability or you don't have the ability.
Yeah, and like I said, like if you like the show, great. I'm jealous, right? Because I really do want to like the show, and I
We're gonna
really
make Lex sad because we're
I-
going on diatribes.
I know, Lex. I'm sorry, but honestly, though, like I really, really tried. I really, really tried. I mean, I literally went. I mean, okay, yeah, I really like watched every episode. I'm like, all right, it's gonna be better. Oh wow, episode 5 happened with the fight scenes. I'm like, okay, all right, I'm a little rejuvenated. And then episode 7 happens. I'm like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? It's the same episode as episode 3. And I was like, oh, I can move past episode 3. Okay, all right, we got the fight scene in episode 5. Then it's like they brought me back. I'm like, no, why am I back here? Why am I back in this stupid planet?
You know something else I don't get?
Yeah.
Why did the angry tracker beaver? Why did he sabotage the ship?
Yeah, why?
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
that
what
was
was that
weird.
about?
That's a great point. And we'll dive in. By the way, I give it like a 4, right? I think Chimera was
you
great.
loved it.
Chimera's great. I think he did a phenomenal job, like with his acting. And actually, to be honest, I like that one of the senators. This guy, that was talking.
I've
to
always liked that actor.
Oh,
I've
he
always
should have
liked
came in
that.
earlier, man.
He was great. Like he was like his act. Like I'm like, wow. Like I actually like this senator.
He's from Supergirl.
Yeah,
Oh, he
I've
is?
always liked him.
Martian Manhunter.
Martian
from
Manhunter, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good actor. And I was listening to him. I'm like, wow, he's a great actor. The music was good, yeah. I mean, the fight scenes were great. Could be, it's just disappointing. We deserve better.
They should have put more thought into the whole plot and like making it make a little bit more sense. And you also like they gotta think like, all right, if we want to go from here to here, how does this affect like episode 1 and beyond? Like, how does it affect it? And it's like they just didn't care. It's just like, there was no thought put into. But yeah, like he's a good actor. His whole part would have been good if it was another plot line going on with Vanestra the whole time.
Yeah.
Like if there was something to where like maybe the Jedi, like maybe there was a faction of the Senate who were like anti-Jedi, in this time period.
Yeah.
And that could have been like almost do it like an X-Men type situation, like where you had part of the country that liked the Jedi or part of the world that liked the Jedi and part that didn't. That maybe would have made a little bit more sense, but it just kind of gets shoehorned in one episode.
Yeah, I just think that like I don't think the writers knew what to write, just because I think using episode 3 and episode 7 like as an example, like that could have been like one episode, right?
So I said that earlier. If they would have made episode 1 and 2 one episode, episode 3 and 7 one episode, episode 4 and 5 one episode, and 6 and 8 one episode, it would have been flowed a lot better, longer episodes, and no week to week waiting for the second half of that episode.
Yeah, and just like just concentrate on your writing and your consistency. I feel like I think they're hiring people that don't like Star Wars or have zero knowledge.
She hired people that she wanted people that had never seen Star Wars.
That's not,
I think
that's not right.
I think it showed.
It showed, right?
Yeah.
Because what makes Mandalorian great is Jon Favreau loves Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
So he's
he's actually seen it.
Yeah, he's actually seen it too. But he loves
that right there is a lot. I mean, that puts him like 20 yards ahead of somebody else that's never seen it.
20 yards, like 100.
Well, hell yeah,
maybe 99.
Yeah, but
I said Mando blew up the Death Star. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh god. All right. Well, let's deep dive into the episode. Like Lex, what's your thoughts on this episode? And like, did we like stick the landing, or do you think?
Or are we just grumpy old men? Just be honest.
Yeah, just be honest. We're just grumpy.
No offense, Tony. I'm not going to bring you to the old side.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm old, bro. I took 2 naps today, bro. I love it.
No, you're not old.
All right, you win.
I actually like that outfit that she's got on. I think.
Yeah, I do. I do too.
That might be one of the coolest that I've seen in the show.
I like. Yeah, it's clean. Yeah. Sorry, Lex.
Good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it kind of tied up some things. There's definitely a lot of stuff that's still up in the air. Unfortunately. I mean, you guys make valid points. It does though. Like, I feel like there is a lot of negativity towards it, and some of it, like you guys bring up valid points. Like, totally get it. But there is a lot of negativity outside of that, like that just makes it really hard to just try to enjoy something.
Yeah.
So it
Oh,
does definitely, like, my comment section is always filled with comments, and it just makes it so hard to, like, kinda just read them, and I'm like, "Am I watching the same thing?" Like, I feel like I'm
Yeah.
going crazy. But, I mean, overall, I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. I liked the finale, but you guys bring up valid points, and that's why I like hearing other people's sides of it, especially if they don't agree. But the thing is you guys bring up factual points. Other people are just like, "Oh, well, space lesbians, that's it. Bye." And I'm like, "Okay, you know, valid, but teach their own."
Yeah. But overall, like, with this episode, right? Like 1 to 10, what would you give it?
I I like this episode. I mean, all things aside, I would give it like a 7, 7.5. I think
Okay.
it came in a lot smoother than I thought it was going to. Because
Mhm.
initially leaving episode 7, I feel like there was a lot of stuff that was up in the air, like way too much
Mhm.
stuff. And I was like, there's no way in one last episode, especially with how short they are, that they're
Mhm.
gonna just bring this together. And I think they almost closed it, but they didn't. So, I mean,
Yeah.
overall, I thought it was a good episode, but there's definitely some flaws within it. So
Mhm.
it's not like a perfect 10 out of 10. So
Yeah, and and it's a shame too. I mean, there are people outside of like what we talk about in terms of comments, and they don't bring like valid points, like they don't bring anything to the like
Yeah.
constructive criticism or anything like that. But the thing too, you could look at the bright side. They're helping your channel grow.
yeah,
It's just like I know it's like some negativity, but it actually I hate the way like YouTube like promotes your channel. It's like you more engagement, negative or positive. It kind of helps it like get more attraction. But I would see it in that positive sense. But yeah, it's not fair to people that do love the show. And like I said, we're not here. Well, at least I'll speak for myself. I'm not here to change anyone's minds. I just think as a whole we deserve better. Just because with that kind of budget, I just want to know where the money went to. Just because like some of the things that could have been like done better, like why not? Why? What was the restrictions of you not being able to, I don't know, um, get better writers or whatever the case is, do more research in anything. But
I
yeah.
don't think there was anything that stopped them from doing those things. I think it was actively done. She came
Yeah.
out, this was years ago. She said, you know, I want people to work on the show that have never seen Star Wars.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
I mean,
wish
you're asking why what did the money why did they get this much money and why were they unable to do something? But
Mhm.
that's not the hindrance. They actively did not want to do those things. If you're
Mhm.
looking for people that have never seen Star Wars to
Mhm.
write a Star Wars show, you're kind of asking for this. This is exactly what you'll get. You'll get
Mhm.
stuff that just kind of doesn't really make sense.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we'll see. Tony, what's your thoughts on like this episode?
So it was better than I thought it was gonna be. I went
Mhm.
in like, man, this is gonna be a disaster because 7 did
Mhm.
nothing, and I felt like Ahsoka all over again. Where in Ahsoka episode 7, nothing happened and everything had to be rushed in the finale. So I was having a fun time. I was kind of like looking forward to like a potentially a crazy fight like episode 5. Because
Mhm.
when those 12 Jedi pulled up, I'm like, oh, they're all
Mhm.
dead. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
And then the 11 of them are in the forest and they're about to get there. And I'm like, oh, it's going to be Kamir and Osha 2 versus 11, and they're all going to die. This is going to be great. And then it cuts back to freaking Coruscant. And I was like, oh, so like the momentum for me there kind of died. And like, I just, I mean, it was fine. Like again, it left a lot more questions than answers.
Mhm.
But Collider tomorrow is dropping another interview I heard about the finale. So I guarantee you any questions we have from this finale
Mhm.
will be in that article tomorrow. So yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like they listen to all the criticism and then they do an interview to answer all
Damage
the
control.
criticism.
Yeah, point for point exactly. Yeah, which is wild.
Yeah. 1 to 10.
I don't know, maybe like a 6, just because I
Okay.
like Kamir and the lightsaber stuff, and he used both of them, and he was just, yeah.
I'm curious to see what they do with Yoda, right? If they are going to get a season 2, like, is
This
Vanessa
worries
You
me.
ain't got to worry about Yoda.
They better
You
not
ain't
try
doing
to
a season 2.
Yeah, they better not try to play it like Yoda's going along, because the second this green chick talks to him and tries to lie, he's gonna know. There's no way he's not gonna know. It's freaking Yoda. Like,
Mhm.
How
yeah.
did he not feel all the dead Jedi on that planet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. If she tells him, if she lies to him, they'll make it so he doesn't even know it.
Mm.
Because you even think, remember when Alderaan blew up, even Obi-Wan was like, man, I just felt a
A
great
disturbance in the force. Yeah.
yeah, like, and then like you say with Yoda and the clones,
Yeah.
Attack of the Clones. It was like
There's only two things she can tell him. She can tell him the truth or lie to him.
he'll know.
Yeah. I hope
He'll know.
Jimmy-
He'll know either way.
He
Yeah, he will.
should know.
Mhm.
Will they let
Yeah.
him do that?
I don't think we're gonna have to worry. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna have to worry.
Yeah. All right. How about you, Anthony? What's your thoughts on this episode?
I will actually say it was one of I think it was maybe one of the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't say it much from me because I've been pretty harsh on the show from the get-go. Plagueis being there, and I'm kind of split on it. On one hand, it makes sense. He kind of should be around if there's some people. But it only makes sense if he kills them both. And we just like it wasn't in the book. But I think they're out for that is going to be. I think the Plagueis novel is not canon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be their out.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen them actually bleed a saber the proper way, because that would have been really good. If they did something and it had Osha or May pouring all their hate, all their anger, all their sorrow, everything into it, and like you saw flashes of visions and stuff, I think that would have been pretty cool.
Yeah.
It ain't that easy. And it was kind of like a shortcut. So I wasn't really fond of that. Although it was nice to actually see one change.
Yeah.
I told you they were going to screw up Yoda. I told you it was coming. And him being there, there's only two things you can tell him.
Mm-hmm.
So, that is what it is. There's so many. I actually did not hate this episode. It was actually pretty good. Osha and May are just very poorly written characters. And I've never seen this girl in a movie before, and I have to think that she's a much better actress than this.
Yeah, she is. I think so.
I've never seen her in any. Well, hold on, maybe I have.
She was in
Hunger Games, one of
Hunger
the Hunger
Games.
Game movies.
Okay,
was
I've
rude.
seen those, but it's been a long time ago, and she probably didn't have a big part. But I want to think that girl's a better actress than this.
I think she is.
I'll give her the benefit of the doubt on that. I mean, I think
Yeah.
she's hella attractive. I think she's very attractive. But if she's a good actress, they didn't give her a lot to work with, and that sucks for her. But the flip-flopping is unbelievable. Man, I mean, this would be the epitome of like a crazy girl's real fun until she shows you the crazy. Because from scene to scene, it is completely flipped. And it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I wouldn't have any problem if somebody was like playing the long game on somebody or something like that. But holy crap. And then I don't even understand what the point in wiping May's mind so that you can go off with him. they wanted to be together. They missed each other. They, you know, they loved each other like sisters. Why wouldn't they just both go with him?
I know. I was saying that the whole time.
I just don't even. I don't even get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, the only real reason they gave was May was like, you need to go with him because you always wanted to be a Jedi. Well, he isn't a Jedi. So I don't even get it. I don't know. I have no idea who Vanessa was talking to. Honestly, I have this weird feeling that she was talking either to somebody that was associated with Plagueis in some form or fashion. I just have a feeling that's what it is. It would be the only explanation for her lying to the Senate and, you know, potentially going in here and lying to Yoda. It might make sense with her affiliation with Chimera. That might make sense. But I mean, I'm trying to think of like how would that make any sense, and that doesn't necessarily jibe with this show sometimes. But I have no idea what was up with the beaver. Like, why was he like he was gonna bite her, and then all of a sudden he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna sabotage the ship. I have no idea why.
Yeah, that was strange.
Like when she dove in to hide in the rings around that planet, why didn't he just fly right above them? You know, you got radar systems.
But why did that beaver, the tracker, bite him? Like he was literally.
No, he didn't. No, he tried to bite May.
He kicked her.
Oh,
in the chins.
Yeah. And then now he's trying to help her. And it just doesn't make any sense. I don't you know, I don't get it. Doesn't make any.
Yeah.
I'm dumbfounded. So like, let's see, what was the other thing I had? Yeah, I was expecting the Jedis when they had like, was it like 12?
12 of them. I counted because I'm like, oh, they're all dead. Nothing.
Yeah, well, I was thinking we're gonna see like a pretty badass fight. You know, I was thinking like, even if like, I think it would have been kind of cool if Chimera killed Saul, and then they come in. And then like, let's just say he had extra sabers, or you know, he had one extra saber. He gives it to May, and then Osha picks up Saul's, and it's 3 on 12. I think that.
Oh yes.
Like, there was absolutely no point for them going to that planet other than finding Saul's dead body. That's the only thing they accomplished by going there.
Yep.
And they got to pick up the angry beaver. That's it.
All right.
And you know, the bad thing is, you know, I know Sean and PJ know, like, I absolutely love Star Wars, and I have dove into all the novels. I started reading all that stuff. I was like engrossing in it and wanting to learn more and more and more about different storylines, all this kind of stuff. Like, and it just seems like the more I learned, well, none of it paid off. And then now they've just basically just gone in a completely different direction. Yeah. I don't know why they don't go hire some of these guys that wrote some of these great novels.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, is it James Luceno that did Plagueis?
Yeah. Yep.
What's the guy that wrote? I mean, yeah, I think even the guy that did the novelization for Revenge of the Sith would be a great one.
Oh, what's his name? He's awesome. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, Star Wars Theory interviewed him.
That interview was amazing.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank. What's the guy that wrote the
Matthew Stover was the Revenge of the Sith one.
Yes, that's him. And then there was the 3 books that were after
Timothy Zahn.
Oh, Timothy Zahn would be an amazing one. Yeah, that would be an amazing one. there was 3 books that were after Return of the Jedi, but before The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
And they introduced all the stuff on Jakku, and I can't think of what the name of those books were. One of them was Life Debt. The lady that wrote the book about Leia, she's a very good writer. Yeah, Scott's right. I'm starting to think rationally. Yeah, they should really hire some of those people because
even the people that do the video games, like the story in Fallen Order is amazing. Like get those people too.
Well,
yeah.
Anyway,
the fact that they don't want people that know anything about Star Wars to write the stuff, it's a big L. That's a big L because you're asking for this, and I say it all the time. I'm gonna say it again. If they would follow the books, follow the lore, do it justice, all the people that love Star Wars and have loved it for many years will love it. There's nothing that would make me think that new people would not love it.
Yeah,
because they're actually really good books and they make sense. And then you wouldn't have assholes like myself getting on here and going on diatribes about it, because it sucks. I want to like it. I mean, I could go into any of the movies and pick out stuff that doesn't make sense. Like one thing I love the prequels, but you know what really bugs me about them? And I don't know why it bothers me so much is the fact that Vader created C-3PO. It bothers me. But I've never told you guys that. It bothers me. Because it kind of doesn't make sense. It's one of them things that feels shoehorned to me that, you never see anything with Vader and 3PO. I know they've done it in the comics, but, it just feels weird sometimes when they do stuff like that. It feels a little like, you really didn't have to do that,
Yeah.
But it sucks. But I'll give it a, what did I say? I'll give it a
8.5.
No. I'll give this episode a 4.
What you said?
No, I'll give it a 4. It was considerably better than a lot of the other ones, but unfortunately, they did not tie up a lot of loose ends. Which leads me to believe that they have all that stuff planned for the second season, but I have no reason to believe that they will tie up those loose ends. And I want to tell you, some of these Jedi that they got, these look like Revenge of the Nerds. This is bad. This is bad. The only dude that I looked at, I was like, oh shit, he looks badass. Is that the dude with the beard?
The first one with the beard looked like a Viking.
Yeah. Yes. I was like, oh man, this is badass. And I'll tell you, like, the Venestra character, she's a very wooden, like, emotionless character. It doesn't bother me because the Jedi aren't supposed to have a lot of like emotion and stuff like that. So that just really doesn't bother me. But she's sus as hell.
Yep.
But I'll tell you this, the character design, I like. I like the character design. I still think they need to do some stuff with some prosthetics so that it doesn't look like a human with green paint on the face. They need to do something, with some
like Hera. They needed to do something with her.
Yeah.
Prosthetics make her cheekbones a little more defined, just a little something.
They need something like that. Just even the brow, the cheekbones, give her pointy ears. I mean, something
Vulcan. Then we would be bitching that she's a Vulcan.
Honestly, it would not bother. That would not bother me. The pointy ear would not bother me at all. Hell, even take her ears away.
Okay.
Like, I mean,
right.
I mean, mold them in so that they're not exterior. Like, do something different to them to not make them look human. That's what they always did with the aliens before.
Yeah. All right. Before we deep dive into ears and paint, let's go to Sean. Sean, what's your thought on this?
I like the episode, other than the quick flip flop. you know, with is it Basil? Forgive me if I don't know everyone's name. It's because I wasn't a fan of the show and I didn't.
Well, I call it the Angry Beaver.
No,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Basil.
but yeah, like Basil sabotaging the ship just out of the blue, and all of a sudden,
Mhm.
like I get it. Like she reprogrammed the Pip droid to be her, you know, her friend, but Basil's like he's been like stalking her and tracking her down, and like you know he was trying to rat her out, and all of a sudden he's sabotaging the ship. That bugs me. And then at the end, when you know May's like, "Oh no, go ahead, you can erase my mind," like those are the only two things that really bug me about this episode because they were just out of the blue, and you're just like, okay, you know,
Mhm.
fantastic lightsaber fight. I was glad to see a kyber crystal get bled, and you know, I'd probably give this a 6.5. You know, it wasn't a bad episode.
Yeah. Did you like
No.
Plagueis being shown?
Yeah, I mean, you know, like I said, I'm trying to take these and not let it really mess me up like negatively. So I'm like, I'm trying not to like tear them apart because I
Yeah.
feel like the rest of the Disney shows are going to make us do this, like start nitpicking them because they're not our Star Wars or they're not lore or whatever. I don't think I've lost hope for them. And I've been positive all this time about Disney. And I'm like, you know, and I was really looking forward to this. And then now I'm like, okay, I have no hope, no faith. I'm hoping Andor season 2 is good because I really, you know, I'm one of the other half that likes Andor.
Andor.
You know, that's either you hate it or you don't. You know,
Yeah, there's no in between on that one.
yeah. She's like, you know, like you're wrong. She goes, for once in your conversation, you're wrong. But like I said, about 6.5 out of this, and you know, Quimir's badass. Like he's my favorite part of the whole show. Like I like Saul in the beginning, but then he just got kind of weird towards the end to me. Like his obsession with them, and I get it. He's like, you know, they're all powerful. They're made from the Force. Like he's obsessed with it, but it
Well, he
got a
felt the
little
virgins.
Yeah, he felt the virgins, but he didn't know that was the sister. Like shit like that bugs me. It's like
when he says it, it sounds like he says virgins.
Yeah, it does. It does.
See, that even makes it worse. The poor guys learned English for this role, and
yeah, he did.
I know, and I loved him in Squid Games. I thought he was freaking awesome.
He's a cool character. Like I liked him, but like I said, right toward the end, it was like, But Quimir like saved. It's kind of like episode 1 for me. Now, granted, the story's really good in episode 1.
Jar Jar.
Oh, come on now, Tony. You know, you know. But like Maul saved that movie. Maul saved that movie for me. Him and I love Qui-Gon and Maul.
Yeah.
But the story's good. Like you can have like these little silly characters that you know you might not be a fan of, but the story's good. Like Anthony and I went and saw it when they re-released it, and I even leaned over to him in the theater. I was like, "Dude, the story's just so good on this." Like as much as the Gungans irritate me and the Viceroy, and like, should I go on? But Darth Maul saves it. You know, Palpatine's the man, and it's like good story writing. Like you can have some holes that you can nitpick, but if the story's good and cohesive, I have no problem with that.
I agree.
It's the flip-floppy, like I said, the fact that you actually have to do interviews to explain what you've written. Now, granted, they're 30-minute episodes, and who knows, maybe Disney has all their staff or whatever stretched so thin trying to write all these things and film all these things that they
know that ain't the truth.
They don't do. You just don't. Who knows what they're doing, man? They don't do any research. Is what I'm saying. They don't put time to study for the test.
Yeah,
you know, that's
it's like
who knows why. I don't understand it.
I agree, Sean.
And it's not just this episode, because if we watch like Book of Boba or something, we're like, man, there's holes in this and the storytelling's not good. Oh, Kenobi, there's holes in this. Like we say it about every series. It's not just this one. This one just came before it even aired, already had so much negativity thrown at it, and people just piled on with it. But this has holes in it, just like the last few series we watched. And honestly, that's why I like Andor. It may be slow, but it's a good story. It's good. Cinematography is fantastic. You know, trying to. That's my new outlook. Is like I'm not gonna lift it up here.
Yeah.
That's where
That's
I'm
your
at.
story,
The
and
end.
you're sticking to
Well,
it.
thank you for sharing, Sean.
Yeah. Hold on, my headphones died, so
No,
talk
it's okay.
amongst yourselves. I'll be back.
So, just real quick, I know a lot of you guys have made great points, and I don't want to repeat those points again. Just really quick for me, I agree. There's some good things about this show, which is like the lightsaber fight scene, Kimir, like some of the outfits, like this one with Vanessa showing. But I think we've been beating a dead horse with this one. It's just the storytelling. I think could have been a lot better. And I feel like with this show, it was like as if like how you have a paper due like tomorrow or like maybe in like a couple days, and you're just writing fillers just to what I'm saying? Like we all have done this before, right? Where we like, okay, I need to write a 20-page paper, right? I could only write 15 of them, and I gotta like, you just start typing away, and you're like, and like when you read it, like just doesn't make sense, but it's just filler. I just what I feel with the show. I feel like they had a good idea, in their heads of what they wanted to write, but they could probably had enough content to write maybe 4 episodes or 5. But Disney's probably like, well, you need to write more because we need to keep subscribers for at least 2 months. So that's why we get episodes like 3 and 7, and like certain like episodes like that could have been like like what Tony said, consolidated into one episode. But
Yep.
I get it. Like I said, I really I'm happy for the people that love the show. We're not here to change your mind. Like like I want to remind everyone, if you did, like I'm so happy for you. I wish I was in the same shoes as you to like the show, but I really tried, as a Star Wars fan. Like, we don't want to go hating every Star Wars show, but at the same time too, is that like it's getting tiring when there's a lot of misses than hits. And when I say hits, we have Mandalorian season 1, Mandalorian season 2, Rogue One. And also, I just don't know what's the obsession with Disney of destroying legacy characters. Like for me, like Luke Skywalker, right? Like dead, right? Princess Leia, dead. Han Solo, dead. Book of Boba, like they just literally made him into someone that's not really a badass anymore. And I just want, I get it. We don't want to like write or have 20 movies about Luke Skywalker or 10 movies about Book of Boba. Like, I just want a proper send off so I could have closure in my book, right? In my Star Wars like realm, right? Like, I don't want to think about Book of Boba and the mopeds, or Luke Skywalker like just being a hologram. We want to see like who wants that? Who wants that? Like, who honestly wants that? Like, that's why season 2 of Mando was so great, because we got the Luke Skywalker we've been wanting to see on screen for how many years? That's what I'm saying. Like, I think Star Wars fans, we deserve better. And I think we're in agreement that we could have better. We could have Boba Fett kick ass. We could have Luke Skywalker be the most powerful Jedi that we all envisioned him to be. Right? Who would think, oh, Luke Skywalker's not powerful? I don't want to see him kick ass. Who says that? No one. No, not one Star Wars
George
fan.
Lucas said he was the most powerful.
Exactly, but still, who wants to see a non-powerful Luke Skywalker on screen? Who wants to see a disgruntled Luke Skywalker on screen? Who?
I don't know. Maybe Rian Johnson?
No, but I'm just saying, who wants that? Who wants that? Who wants to see, like characters like, just again, all I'm asking is just properly written character stories, things that we as fans want to see. Right? How come House of Dragons, they get to see dragons? Right? Can you imagine you have House
They get to see dragons.
Yeah. Can you imagine to have
Oh,
the
you
budget?
guys love dragons? We could make dragons.
No, but I'm just saying, like, imagine House of Dragons, and all you see throughout the whole episode is just talking, right? We want to
No,
see
imagine House of the Dragons, and then they take
Mhm.
the book that it was written from, and they
Yeah.
throw it in the trash, and they don't ask anybody to help that knows anything about
Yeah.
the lore,
Yeah.
and then they give you something kind of like almost like Game of
Yeah.
Thrones.
But
Like-
the thing too is that like we deserve better. That's all I'm asking, and that's all I'm asking from Disney. I get it, maybe they don't want to like, they don't want to hit all certain Star Wars fans like me, like who are really into Star Wars and they like read into the books, into the lore. Maybe they're trying to get a new set of fans. I don't know what their game plan is, but whatever it is, it's not working for the masses. In my opinion, I think like I don't want to go on YouTube or on Instagram and see people bickering back and forth, or like having Lexi put some Lex put on a video, and then in the comments it's nothing but negativity. That's not fair to her. Like these are things like, I want to see like positivity in the community, and not fighting or nitpicking. Is that too much to ask? Because I think we could achieve that. We achieved that with Rogue One, and we achieved that with Mandalorian season 1 and 2. So yeah, it could happen. And I just think that like Disney needs to do better, in my opinion. And hopefully they find their way where they don't have to please everyone, but at least a good majority of us, right?
Yeah, but the thing that I can't really understand or accept is, what is it about the lore and some of the novels that are fantastic that would not bring in new fans?
I mean, I don't know. Anthony, and like I said, like it's I think, like I just don't want to, I don't know what their thinking is. And like I said, like I just don't want to like, assume that it's going to get better anymore, because I just feel like I'm setting myself up for disappointment. I think now I'm just going to go into every show just like, all right, if it sucks, it's expected. If it's great, then yay,
Mhm.
So, we'll see, and again, like I said, like, I think they could do better, and I'm rooting for them because they got the Star Wars IP. I mean, I can't, I cannot want to root for them. All right. If I don't, then I just feel like I don't know.
But it almost seems like this isn't just an isolated problem to Star Wars. There's other IPs that are kind of having some issues because they're kind of trying to deviate from like the source material a little bit for whatever reason it may be. Like, it's happening in a lot of different stuff. Like that's why a lot of Marvels kind of sucked the last couple of years, is because they're kind of not staying true, like to some of the characters, how they would be, that kind of stuff. Some of it's a little hokey, and so like you're gonna get the people that grew up reading the comics that are gonna be like, this seems kind of weird. Like this isn't what I remember reading.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Time will tell. Like, and like I said, Game of Thrones learned their lesson with season 7. They're the last couple of seasons of Game of Thrones, and now they're giving us really good content with House of Dragons. So I'm hoping they learn, but if not, then I have my bubble. So
one thing that like the Game of Thrones House of the Dragon is they brought in George R.R. Martin, and he's been intricate in some of the storytelling. So
yeah,
that's making a huge difference.
Yeah, we might get that in the future. So, but like I said, I don't want to beat a dead horse anymore. I think it's it's over, and I'm glad that it's over, and we could kind of move on, and hopefully, good Star Wars content comes our way. Speaking of Star Wars stuff that's coming our way, we got San Diego Comic-Con around the corner. Really quick though, Lex and Tony, have you guys been to San Diego Comic-Con, or would you ever want to go to San Diego Comic-Con? Lex, we'll start off with you. Or
I haven't been.
Mhm.
I do think it's an experience that I would like to have at some point. Same thing with New York Comic-Con, but
Mhm.
Just maybe one day, but not currently.
Oh, wait, New York Comic Con? You were thinking about coming?
Well, I would like to go to one or the other, or maybe both at some point in my life, but currently I don't think that's in the cards. But they're two really big cons that I would like to go to at some point.
You have to experience it once.
Yeah.
Either one. I think it's I've been to both. Two totally different experiences, and I think it's just a lot of cool stuff there. So hopefully. How about you, Tony?
So I almost went to San Diego Comic-Con maybe like 2 years ago or 3. I was planning on going. I actually bought the tickets. I had the tickets, but then that was the year that Marvel backed out, and like I think Sideshow wasn't gonna be there, and somebody else backed out. So I was like, yo, I'm not gonna go to my first San Diego Comic-Con, and all the cool stuff isn't there. So I refunded my ticket. And I haven't really replanned it since then. I know Marvel's back this year. I did go to New York Comic Con 2018, I think it was, or 20. I don't remember. But it was fun. It's definitely a monster convention. But I want to go again for sure.
Yeah, I think this year, I heard they always say this every year that they're always looking to move out of San Diego and move to Vegas, because I heard that it's getting expensive even with the hotel rooms. Yeah, you heard that, right?
I saw that article. Me and Ricky were talking about it on our podcast on Tuesday, that 2026 might be the last year there, and they might look elsewhere. So we kind of got nosy to see what are the biggest convention centers in the U.S. Number 1, Chicago, the McCormick Place, which I've been there for Celebration.
Oh, yeah.
It's massive. I love that place. And number 2 is Orlando, the convention center, Orange County, where MegaCon is. Second biggest.
Well, Anthony, you've been to MegaCon, right?
No, Sean went this past year.
Yeah. Are you looking to go next year, Anthony?
No, I think the tickets have already gone on sale.
Yeah, I think was it the VIP and the ultimate fan package is sold out.
Yeah, but they have everything else though.
They have everything else.
Yeah. I might go, like, I'll just see. Like, I don't really care about all the autograph stuff. That doesn't interest me. I don't really want to spend all that money just to get autographs. It's never been something. I mean, I know Sean loves it. I know other people do. But it's just never appealed to me.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I actually enjoyed when I went to the ICCC. I liked the panels more, even though they only had a few of them. That was more interesting to me, and I like walking around and seeing the old toys. Either stuff that I used to have, or in some cases stuff that I didn't even know, like I never saw in person. And I like watching the cosplayers.
Yeah.
Like
100%.
The talent that some of those people, like we saw this one girl, I can't even remember what her name was, but she had a Instagram channel, and she was Queen Amidala in the red. She had made the whole thing. She had the glowing balls at the bottom. It was unbelievable. And we saw a guy that was in a 3PO outfit.
Nice.
Like, it was the most amazing thing I think I've ever seen. At the same time, like I was on one end and Sean was over somewhere else with Nilda. They were doing something. And I was like, Sean, you got to get over here. Mark Hamill's here. And there was a guy that was a damn dead ringer for Mark Hamill in Last Jedi. From 15 feet away, it was Mark Hamill. You couldn't tell the difference. And yeah, I mean, there was some amazing cosplayers. Sean, you remember ICCC? We had the guy that looked just like Mark Hamill.
Yeah, that dude was freaky.
Yeah,
he was like head ringer.
Suit. Remember that?
Who was it?
The first year it was the 3PO suit.
Yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, and that Darth Maul.
Yeah,
like he had the exact same shape of the head. Sure. It was crazy.
But by the way, I know ICC. Speaking of ICC, Yeah, I know, Tony. You're going, dude.
Oh my god, I can't, bro. PJ, just go. Sean will
know.
pick you up.
Dude, I wish I could go. I'm taking my family down to Florida that month, and I couldn't swing both trips.
Yes, you can.
Right? Yeah. I could sell a kidney.
Yeah, Lex, you said you weren't sure, right, for this con?
Yeah, I decided against it this year. I really want to go because Tony made it seem like it was like really a great con to go to, and I would love to go. But by the time I like finish school and take the boards and stuff, it's like
You don't have to take your boards. Don't worry about
Yeah,
that.
you can postpone that.
Come
for a
on,
little bit.
priorities, Lex. Priorities.
Yeah,
Come on.
priorities, but yeah, maybe next year. Maybe next year. I do want to go to Japan. That's like the goal. I got my tickets, got the hotel booked, so
Yes.
we're
And
working
you know
on
what?
that one.
I heard, going to Japan is actually really good or next year because the yen? Is it the yen? I don't know what's their.
The end.
Yeah, it's
Down.
down. So like the dollar is like.
So yeah, bro, I have in my kitchen, I have a kitchen drawer right now full of yen. I've been buying it little by little while it's the lowest that it's been. That way next year, if it goes up, I got a drawer full of yen, baby. Let's go.
Oh man. Time
Yeah.
to go to that Star Wars club. Anyway.
Yeah, I think ICCC is back at the Sheraton this year, not the
It is.
fairground.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's at the
and look,
Sheraton.
here's another one. Oh my gosh, bro.
Yeah.
What have we
Man.
here?
This is a big one.
Yeah.
This is a
Yeah,
big
but you
one.
know
We're
what
not
though?
going this
I've
year.
heard he's not a pleasant person.
That's what I've heard.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
I believe it. He's so old and up there in age, man. Like he's probably grumpy, man.
You know,
Yeah,
I was
that's
only
what I've
gone for
heard.
a minute, Tony. You don't have to like put me down.
Yeah, but the thing too is that but to get his autograph, you can scratch that off your bucket list, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Get the
'Cause he's up there. There's only so many more years he's gonna be
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, man. And you got your plaque, Tony?
So I'm waiting for him to announce the rest of the announcements. That way, when I hit up Ariel, I could be like, I need all these plaques because so far I think I need like 6 or 7 plaques right now for ICCC, and I'm just waiting for the rest. I'm gonna do one big ass order.
Oh, dude.
I've got to send you one for Garrick.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
Let me know.
Yeah, I gotta talk to you. If you can, get one for me.
Does anybody
Yeah.
know why he moved it from May to October?
I think he said because with the hotel that he can get the whole thing because nothing is going on that month. So the entire hotel is booked to us. So literally every
Oh.
guest in the hotel is going to be a Star Wars fan.
I got you.
Oh,
It
wow.
was
Yeah.
it was nice. The hotel was nice, and
Mhm.
I actually liked the restaurant there. That
I
was
heard-
neat.
I heard that too. I'm looking forward to eating there.
Dude, I'm telling you what. Sean, what was the guy's name from Cincinnati?
Josh Pence.
Yes.
Josh, yeah.
So we had just sit down to eat the night we got there, and he was like, "Dude, you got to try the Nashville hot chicken sandwich."
Yeah.
And I got it. Dude,
Yeah.
that thing's
Ooh.
good. It's good. Get that Nashville hot sandwich.
Oh,
I can't
Yeah.
wait. There's
Dude,
like
they had a
Biscuit
good
love.
breakfast
Biscuit
bar.
love. Oh my goodness. No one does it better in terms of making biscuits than the South, man. Oh my goodness. Those
Yeah,
biscuits.
Biscuitville.
there's a good like 15
Mhm.
of us going, and I think a good 7 or 8 of us all got rooms in the Sheraton. So it's gonna be
Mhm.
like a big summer, like a slumber party summer camp, like vibe
Yeah.
with all of us there. I can't
Yo,
wait.
It was fun.
Yo, but real quick, Tony, do you think Shin Hadi's gonna be there?
Oh, I don't know, but I'm good either way because the month before that she's at Ocala Comic Con, so I'm
You
still
don't have
gonna
to
meet.
rub it. You don't have to
I'm
rub it
gonna
in my
meet
face.
her
Don't rub it in my
before
face.
you, and then I'm gonna show her your picture. Big. This is my friend PJ. See what she said. She'll probably be like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah, she said, "Oh, congratulations, you got a friend named PJ."
He's like, why is is it? Did he just have a root canal? Why is his face like that? No, I didn't have a root. That was like before the root canal. Damn. Oh man, I really want to meet her.
Oh well.
Oh man, I'm so jelly. Yo, Tony's living the best Star Wars life right now. What are the best Star Wars life? He's gonna meet
That's what
Mark
I do.
Hamill. He's gonna meet Anakin
Dude.
Skywalker. He's gonna take a picture with both of them. He's
Yeah,
gonna
that is
meet like
crazy.
shit hot.
Chicago is
Oh
gonna be unreal because I'm gonna see Mark
Mhm.
4 times in 24 hours, which is like my brain's and my heart's not gonna be able to handle that. That's insane.
4 times.
So on Friday, I got the photo and then the panel that night, and then on
Then he
Saturday,
purchased the deer stand with night
got-
goggles outside of his hotel.
I got-
room.
I got the auto on Saturday and then the dual photo on Saturday. So like that's 4 times. Like he's gonna be in my eyesight, which is
Oh,
wild.
crazy.
man, that's crazy. I
The
really,
panel I
Yeah,
think is
man.
gonna be good.
Yeah, I can't wait for that
dude, I
panel.
would be so shaken. I would be probably speechless, man.
Oh, I will be. I don't even know how I'm gonna handle it, man. It's gonna be insane. It's Luke. Like I grew up watching this guy on VHS in the 90s over and over and over. I
Yeah,
cannot wait, man.
and you know he gets that so much. Like he's like, yeah. If I were to meet him, I'd probably like, I don't know what I would do. I probably wouldn't even say anything like that. I'd be like, and then, like it's just like run away after I get the like the autograph. He's like, what the hell? At least he'll remember
Yeah.
me. Say, yeah, that guy was crazy, you know. So,
Like, yeah, restraining order on that.
Yeah.
oh man, I'm sorry. Well, and you're gonna get Billy D. Dude, awesome.
Well,
man.
it depends on what his price is because
You
ICC
think
Con, he said no, so he's at Tampa Bay Comic Con,
Mhm.
Billy D. He's 300 for a photo or auto. Last year at Fanboy Expo in Orlando, he was like 250 or 225. So at ICCC, if he's like 2 or less, that's a steal because this man, his
I'm
price is
shocked that
up.
he's that much because
He's just as much as Hayden.
what was
Yeah,
Anthony
he's
Daniels
more.
was like $100, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
wow,
it's crazy. His price is crazy. So I guess it depends on what it is at ICCC because he is getting up there in age. So we'll see.
Yeah. You know, the cool thing is at ICCC, all the Daredevil cast have been there.
Yeah, when I went last year, it was so cool. Seeing them there, like they were just everywhere. I know Sean had breakfast with the reporter girl. I forgot her name, Karen Page.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
she
no.
was all over him,
Yeah, man.
all
we
over
know
him like a
Sean.
throw rug.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was. I was in the
Oh,
lobby.
wow. Well, Sean's like, yeah, she was.
Yeah.
She was over there
We
talking
actually-
to him, and then she was
Anthony
sneaking
was
in
a
the
witness.
elevator.
I'm rolling in the
Yeah.
lobby. Next thing you know,
I was
we start
like-
chatting it up. And I met her that morning. you
Yeah.
know.
Still got it, Sean. Still
Yeah.
got it.
Sean went
You
up
know the craziest thing about
slithered
her that
over
we
there
found out?
toward her. He was like, "Oh, she's over there. I'm gonna go." He slithered up in
Oh,
there.
shit. Make me sound like a stalker.
As long as you're not doing the Plagueis and Saul move. Like,
Yeah, you really all. No, you
It's
know
a
the
virgin.
craziest thing about her, like, because we watched her panel where she was talking about like her husband in real life is blind, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Like you're on
Yeah.
Daredevil and you're playing like,
Yep.
so I thought
That
that
was
was
so
pretty
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard she was
actually
super
a very
nice.
person.
Yeah, I heard she was super
Yeah.
nice. She's very like, and I'm so happy for her. She got a role. She reprised her role
yeah,
as
she's
Karen
coming
Page.
back.
Yeah.
What was the guy's name that was there both years? He was like the
Jeffrey
reporter.
Cantor.
Yeah, he had a band, and his band was playing outside of the Sheraton. So that was
Oh,
like,
nice.
yeah,
Yeah, he played with
Yeah.
Stephen Constantino. Like they all had a kind of a band, and
yeah, like it was awesome. And then in the lobby, they had like basically everybody was like bringing stuff out there to sell, and like it was a
Yeah.
hell of a good time.
remember
Yeah.
his name's Royce Jones. He plays Mahoney.
Yeah.
Yep.
Me and
He was
Anthony are
super
eating
cool.
breakfast. He just walks over to us like, "Hey guys, what's going on?" And he sat there and talked to us for 15 minutes about how he loves Star Wars.
And then even
Oh,
later
wow.
on, he was talking to us again. Yeah.
That's crazy.
So cool.
That's what's cool about this con. It's like when you stay at the hotel there, and everyone's just so chill.
Mhm.
Yep.
That's what makes it different than everything else.
Anything else? Yeah. And you know what you want to, especially like, when you have conventions, like bigger conventions that have Mark Hamill, yeah, you're paying a pretty penny to meet him, but like, you don't get the interaction, but not the intimate interaction you get in ICCC.
Yeah.
Right? Like, who knows? Like, you might be sitting at a bar, Tony, and then here comes Billy D, like sitting next to you. That's
Yeah, we
freaking
were
awesome.
sitting
I'll
there
buy him
eating
a
one
drink.
night, and Timothy Zahn was like 2 tables over with his wife.
That's
Mhm.
so
And
cool.
I think it was the night we got there. We looked over, and here goes Ian McDaniels walking over there.
McDermott, yeah.
Oh, McDermott, my bad. Yeah, throws his jacket over and did that emperor. I mean, it was just so classic. Anthony Daniels was a little bit standoffish, but
Mhm.
yeah, man, it was a super cool vibe. Like super
Yeah.
cool vibe.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about like some collectibles now, guys. Really quick, let's do the bounty pickups. Let's start off with Lex. Any recent Star Wars bounty pickups? We haven't done one in a while.
Nothing crazy. School's kind of been kicking my ass, but I
Mhm.
did order this for
Ooh.
Brick
Ooh.
Badge when I
I
go to
like
Lego
it.
Oh,
conventions.
nice.
Nice.
Are you giving that out, or can people?
So I only made one set because I wanted to know if people would be interested in it, but it's like for my personal, so when I kind of walk around, it'll sit there kind of thing, and then have all the conventions that I go to. But I might order more and kind of just give them out.
Nice.
Awesome. I'll rock one.
Period.
So,
But that's about it.
okay. How about you, Tony? Any recent bounty pickups? I know you got a couple, man. Because
So
I've been following
this-
you. So,
But what also just came in was the matching gauntlet. So
oh,
Rex,
Oh, yeah.
dude,
nuts.
that's half the battle right there, man.
yeah,
Mhm.
man. So this thing is just
Oh shit!
Bro.
You could block sabers,
It's
man.
sick.
Cortosis, baby. I'm ready to go. And just
Nice.
throw this on.
Paint job looks good.
Yo,
Yeah,
Tony,
he
can you
crushed
like
it.
can you cosplay as Khmer and start like just try and block people who have
Yeah, I kind of want to. That's why I have this. I just need somebody to make the hilt, and this is the easiest cosplay in the world. Done.
yeah. Yeah, man.
I
It just
also
yeah.
went to the small toy show and got this for like $20.
Oh
Holy shit.
shoot, dude, that's actually a super steal.
It
'Cause
is.
I know, dude,
I mean,
I know
they kind of look similar.
they do. But the thing too is that like I know that thing was going for like $200-300.
Dude,
Well,
$20, bro, at Tampa Toy Con. Let's go, baby.
Damn,
Black Series?
lucky.
Yeah.
That's
Yep.
the Black Series. That's
Yeah.
dude. Steal. Congrats, man.
great.
That's
Thank you.
How about you, Anthony? Any Star Wars bounty
No,
pickups?
I haven't picked up any Star Wars stuff lately. I'm still waiting on that Anakin versus Obi-Wan statue.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm
Mm.
still waiting on that one. I think it's supposed to be done this month. I think.
I can't wait to
Yeah.
see it, dude, behind you.
I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it. That
And
thing
it's like,
is huge. I think probably that TV will have to go. Have to get rid of that. And
yeah, who needs the
I think
TV?
Priorities.
I honestly I don't even watch it. So
I don't think you've ever
Exactly.
turned it on.
no, I've turned it on. I've turned it on. Just I haven't really watched it in quite some time. Last time I
Yeah.
turned it on was a month ago, and I had to update the Roku stick that was in there because it had not been turned on in a while. But yeah, that's about the only thing I'm waiting on. I haven't picked up anything. Hasn't really been anything I wanted. Although I did see a pretty crazy. Somebody was trying to sell their pre-order. It was a Leia and R2. I think it was by Zion Arts.
Mm.
Yeah, everything, like the guy's a hell of a sculptor, but everything he does is very sexual. And I do think that the Leia looks amazing, but it's like
It's not Leia.
Yeah, it's not Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah, just save your money. There's a lot more stuff coming, which we'll talk about in just a second.
yeah.
All right. Well, congrats on your bounty pickups, guys. Sean, anything recently?
Yeah, Jeff on Spice Runners Lounge went to a con in New Hampshire and got me Roger Christian's autograph.
Oh, dude,
Oh,
look at that! That plaque is
nice.
nice, dude.
So I designed the plaque and sent the artwork to Ariel, and he did it.
Oh wow.
Wow.
The only thing I would have
dude.
done different, like there's a blueprint of the saber behind the Star Wars logo.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I would have made it a little more visible, but
Mhm.
you know, now I know. Because originally it was designed where it was, it was on a white background, but when he does it, whatever's white is the silver on the plaque.
Mm.
Yeah.
So the
Mm.
silver didn't contrast as much, but So I've actually got this one, and then I've got just a regular plaque with my DL44. But
Dude,
yeah, and it
that's
was
sick,
cool 'cause
man.
Nilda and I got to interview him this year and got to spend a couple hours with him. So it was like I met him, but it's always going to be good to see him in person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh shoot! Congrats, man. That's a beautiful plaque. Good design, man.
Yeah, Ariel's the man.
Yeah, he is the man.
He is.
All right, so it was that time of the year for me.
Oh.
Did you buy more Hello Kitty stuff? You ain't got the
Yeah. It was Hello Kitty Con, local Hello Kitty Con. I bought some ears and some slip. No, but yeah, no, I Hallmark. It's like Christmas in July.
Oh,
And I got no joke. I think I spent $450 in the Hallmark ornaments and stuff.
What?
So this is I know, I'm crazy. I'm addicted.
Bad feeling about this.
Look at this, dude. I got this one. This is not mine, but like how cool it closes. It closes.
that's crazy.
Oh, that is sick. That was $450.
No. I got a whole bunch of other
Thanks,
stuff.
Google.
Yeah, they
They're
have
usually
that.
like 30
yeah,
to 50.
yeah, each one's
Those
like
are about
30.
100.
Yeah. So I got a whole bunch. Can't wait them to like put them in my Christmas tree. I'll share some stuff.
Is your tree up right now?
No, I wish. My wife won't let me put it up, but yeah, so there's the trench run you could kind of see here. So this is it.
Ooh.
I love this one.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
for $100.
Yeah. I'd have to have both, and then that's 2 bills right there.
Really?
Yeah,
They're
dude.
$100 each?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Lights
But-
and sound. Dude, they're sick.
Yeah.
I would just have them on my shelf. I wouldn't even have them on the tree.
They look
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, dude,
they're cool.
Hallmark is like really killing it with these ornaments. And to be honest, like they've always been around. I always see them in San Diego Comic-Con all the time. And I've always wondered, like, why are people going crazy for these exclusives and stuff? But there are like literally avid Hallmark Star Wars collectors out there. Literally, when we went there, when they finally because you can put them on your wish list and they'll put it away for you. So when you come in, you just pay for it. I remember I walked in, dude. There were like these like older like women just like fighting for like all these ornaments. Even with the House of Dragon stuff, they're like, "Oh my god, that's the last demon." They're like, "Damn it!" I'm like, "Oh, whoa! I just want my trash compactor." Like, come on, relax, ladies.
Damn, you're in there fighting with the ladies for these now?
Yeah, I was like, get out of here. No, but like seriously, like, like I said, I'm a big Star Wars fan, so we all know that, obviously. But like, I just wanted to pick those up, so I got those, and that's basically it. Like, I spent most of my money on those ornaments, but yeah, like they have like really cool things. I got the Padme Amidala, which is like a limited edition one. So I got that. These.
Did you get the mall?
Yeah, I got them all. I don't
Did you
know
get
why.
Qui-Gon? The Qui-Gon looks good.
Yeah, I got the Qui-Gon. My wife before, like, she's like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that. I want that." And then next thing you know, like we put it on our wish list, right? And in the wish list, you don't know how much you accumulated until you get to the stores. You're like, and they're like $450. I'm like, what the?
Damn.
And then and trust me, if you don't pick them up like right there and right that minute, there's like a whole bunch of like older women that's ready to pounce on that thing if you try to like you say no.
There's a whole bunch of older women ready to pounce on that thing.
Well, yeah.
Now I know it goes down at the Hallmark store.
Yeah, you know where to go on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
But if these sell out, they'll usually come out right before Christmas too. There'll be
Yeah,
another-
so if you miss out on the Christmas in July, they usually re-release it again in October. But obviously, there's a more demand around that time because people are getting into the spirit and they're all like going out there. But yeah, that's basically it for my Star Wars bounty pickups. Just like Hallmark stuff, like nothing really
So you
special.
picked
But
up a couple ornaments and a couple older ladies.
Yeah.
Now we know where
What?
the $400 went.
It was a good Tuesday.
Oh man! All right, so
Is that why your jaw is sore?
You got punched out trying to get some Star Wars on.
I wasn't even thinking that.
I know you were.
Yeah.
I should get it.
That's a good Tuesday.
That is a
It's a very good Tuesday.
that is a very good Tuesday. All right, so San Diego Comic-Con is upon us, so we got some exclusives. We got the Clone Commander,
Ooh.
Hot Toy Scorch.
Mm.
I mean, obviously, if you're a Clone Trooper collecting, this is like a must-have. Anyone looking to pick this up?
Nope. It's dope though.
Yeah, same.
It kind of looks a little animated. Is that?
It's the Bad Batch version.
It's the
Yeah.
Bad Batch
Bad Batch.
version. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. It's cool. It's cool. Lex, what do you think about this?
I think it looks really cool, but I've done my best to stay away from Hot Toys.
Oh, come on!
Trying to avoid that rabbit hole.
Just buy one. Just all you need is one.
Don't.
That's the thing. I buy
Oh.
one, and then it has to have a
Give me
friend,
your
and
first
then
one
it has to
free.
have a friend.
Yup.
So
And that's how it's going to happen.
just try it.
There's
Look
no-
at
there's
it.
no
Look at
denying
it.
every
And it
time.
happens quick. Like you don't even realize it.
Dude, it sucked Ricky in like immediately.
Bad. Ricky,
Yeah.
Ricky has like 4 or 5 on pre-order out of nowhere. I'm like, bro, what?
Ricky's down bad. I'm trying to.
It's so bad. PJ quit and he still collects.
Quit.
I'm done every single time. I'm done, guys. I'm out.
He's like, I'm
I'm
done,
out.
Sean. I just pre-ordered like 6 collections."
I just
Hey, I
pre-ordered the Star Killer.
I was on here one night and somebody had just bought their first one and they were like in the
Probably
middle.
Ricky.
that was Ricky.
Ricky,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
he's up to like 4 now, I think.
yeah. I told him I got
yeah.
a whole closet full. I'm trying to get rid. Well, I'm not really actively trying.
Mm.
But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The what else that got released here too? Let me pull this
Pull up
up.
that Darth Maul. You
Yeah.
showed it?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for it right now. So yeah, what's up with this Darth Maul? Like, what the hell? Let me pull.
I want to know what
Like-
the price is because it does nothing but stand there. It better be under 200, which it probably isn't.
No, it better be under $150, man. It's
Was,
just
did it say quarter scale?
Does it
no,
light
it's
up?
a one.
No, it's a hot toy.
It's a hot toy, 1.6, dude.
Oh, okay. I was trying to read it when it was up earlier. I couldn't tell if it said quarter or 1/6.
This better be like no more than like $150. If it is, it's
Oh, it's a rip-off. If it
It's
is.
a rip off.
Yeah.
I mean, so what? It just lights
It's
up. It's
cool,
a freaking
but,
hologram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like 99, yeah, I would get it for the Darth Maul detail.
Yeah.
I
But it
think
needs-
it's
it needs-
cool. I'm actually interested in this.
But there's no
Oh, you got-
price.
Yeah,
if
yeah.
Yeah, if it's over, like, there's no way it's going to be $100 because it's Hot Toys. But yeah,
it's
anything over
probably gonna
200
be
would
like
be
200.
absolutely ridiculous.
Especially if
Sean.
it lights up and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so cool though.
It's cool. Sean, Sean.
Hey, I'm going to get it if the price is right.
Yeah, it depends.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
Toy, like technically, it's more of a statue that lights up.
Mm.
It's a Christmas tree ornament, PJ.
Yeah, where's Jeff?
There you go, PJ.
Yeah, where's Jeff? There,
the tree
there he
topper.
is. There he is. There he is.
Yeah. Jeff knows I haven't bought anything in a while.
Okay, so what do you call this? Sean's a maybe. I'm probably not gonna get it.
It's cool.
Tony.
Depends on the price. It depends on the price.
Mm-hmm.
I got a nice mall collection though. I think it would look kind of cool with it.
Lex is a no. Anthony.
No, it's cool, but I'm not buying it.
Okay. All right. No good. No for the hologram. What else came out? Also, the Praetorian Guards got released. Let me pull that up. Really cool design. I actually think this is the Praetorian Guards that we should have gotten in the sequels, right?
Yeah, they're way better looking.
way
look
better looking,
badass.
just
Yeah.
badass. Hopefully we get to see them again. Pretty cool. Anyone picking this one up?
Negative.
No, because you can't just buy one. Who has one Praetorian
Yeah.
guard?
Yeah,
Need, like,
that's
at
true.
least
It's a
two.
trap. It's a trap.
It's a trap. That is true. That's true. And you want to get 3 of them because they all got different.
Yep.
Yeah, they got 3 different weapons. Like, yeah, you don't.
Then you got to get the Paz Vizsla hot toy and have them just killing Paz on display.
Yeah. Yeah.
They look good though. They look good. I would get the helmet though. I would get the helmet.
The
if they
helmet's
never-
dope. Yo, Rex, you should start cooking some of those up.
Yeah, Rex should make some of these.
No,
Lex.
Jeff, not.
No, anyone else? No.
No, I'm not getting.
No. Okay. Yeah. But we do have some cool things coming up, and I'm excited for San Diego Comic-Con because I feel like we're gonna get a lot of releases, a lot of teases so far. I mean, we got this one that's being released by Sideshow. I think this is supposed to be some sort of art print or book, or I don't know what this is supposed to be, but
Sideshow Times, is that, what does it say? Jason, but fancy? What does that say?
Looks like Jason.
Could be Jason, possibly.
Jason,
Michael
yeah,
Myers.
Jason Edminston. Let me share this.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, the fine art print by Jason.
Oh, it's a print.
Yeah, it's a print. I think it's supposed to be like the print of like the Boba Fett and Han Solo Carbonite statue.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah. And here, let me share this one. I think Sean will like this one too. This is the new Novo.
That looks
Dude,
awesome.
you know what drives me nuts? They throw this thing up. They don't even have the original Death Troopers out yet. And we had him on the show, what, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years, talking about them coming out, and they're still not out.
Damn.
It's badass. Though. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks good. I just don't have the room to collect all these helmets,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the Death Trooper and then swap out the Mando with the Death Trooper.
This is cool though. I mean, I hope we get to see this in screen at some point, right?
Yeah,
How cool would it be to get like
sweet.
a white Death Trooper?
That'd be dope.
Yeah, it's a cool helmet.
Yeah, it's a cool helmet. So yeah, there's gonna be a lot of things happening next week because I feel like with San Diego Comic-Con. Is Lucasfilm's gonna be there? They're not gonna be there, right? I think they're reserving that for Disney.
I thought I heard somebody say that Star Wars is going to have a presence there, and I was surprised because they're usually never there.
I think it's more so the books and the comic books.
Probably, yeah.
I'm not sure. Lex, do you know anything about it, or?
I think it's just like the artists and stuff like that. Like, I don't think it's anything crazy, but
Yeah, I feel like everyone's been kind of like keeping hush on like any reveals because because it's next week. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. I know EFX is going to have a booth there. Also, this one I think this might be an exclusive for San Diego Comic-Con. This General Grievous by Gentle Giant. You saw this one, guys?
Ooh, that thing's beautiful.
This is the concept artwork or art of General Grievous, or how he was supposed to look like, right?
I think this is what he looked like before they roboted him.
Yeah.
There's young Grievous.
Mm-hmm.
Young Grievous before
back in his early years.
Yeah. But yeah, like some really cool like art prints as well. I know this is San Diego. By the way, shout out to Cece. She's always been sharing a lot of like artwork. This one is cool. This is supposed to be a San Diego.
Yeah, I saw that the other day.
I saw that.
Looks
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, it looks so good.
That'd be a good hot toy right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lex, do you collect art prints?
Few and far between.
Okay.
But I do have a few, but nothing like celebration wise or anything crazy like that.
Yeah. Yeah. So what else is being shown? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see next week. Like I said, there's a lot of cool things happening next week. Did anyone fund the Moss Eisley Cantina?
Negative.
No, I kind of wanted the figures, but I didn't really want the cantina because there's nowhere to put it. But I like the figures a lot. But nah, I'm just waiting for my ghost to get here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I tell you guys? I was gonna fund it and then I fell asleep.
Oh, rookie. Damn.
I know. I was like, oh, this is just me being an old geezer. Like I was like, oh yeah, 2 more hours before, because it goes, goes away after midnight.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, 2 more hours. I gotta pre-order this thing. I started like logging in and try to enter my information, and then I just pass out. And then I wake up. I'm like, oh wait, I missed it.
Yeah, you're like, damn, I had 3 months to order this. I waited till 2 hours left.
I know. I always wait. I don't know why.
I need more time.
Just more time.
Dude, there's so many things from HasLab that I always wait last minute. Like, for example, the Proton Pack. Like, I really wanted a Proton Pack.
I think it's badass.
Do you have it, or do you know?
No,
oh, dude,
it's nice though.
I waited last minute, and obviously I missed out on that. So many things, but yeah, I think a lot of stuff is going to be happening next week. So excited to see what they got in store for everybody. Reveals or whatever the case is. Sideshow, they're not having a booth, but they're going to be in. They're going to have their own convention at their own place. So excited to see what they have in store. PCS collectibles, they got the 1/3 scale mall. Yeah, it's a good time. Yes, even though we got the Acolyte, it's a very divisive show, but honestly, it's a good time to be Star Wars fan, especially if you're collecting. There's a lot of collectibles, a lot of collectible companies.
What do we got coming up next? What's the next show?
I think we should do Skeleton Crew. Yeah, but that's not till December, right?
I think, like November, December. There's no official nothing, but sometime then. Now,
do you think that show will do good, especially after what this show being so divisive?
I can't remember what is the timeline on this.
It's Mandoverse. It's after Mando season 3.
So we're talking
when they found the map to One-Eyed Willie's treasure.
Yeah,
like, we're gonna go find it.
So we're looking at something like 5 to 7 years after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I think
sounds about right.
But can I tell you who's been really quiet recently? Jon Favreau. What the hell happened to him? No,
he's making a movie. Let him work. Let him cook.
Is he really? He's definitely working on Mando movie.
The Mando and Grogu movie. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What else would he be doing?
I don't know.
He's working on Elf 2 for you for the holidays.
Oh, dude, I'm sold. I'm sold on that. Yeah, he's just like I've seen, we've seen Filoni right here and there, but Favreau's been really quiet. So hopefully they didn't put him down in the basement somewhere or something like that. But yeah, excited to see Mandalorian and Grogu. But yeah, guys, I think that's about it. I think Acolyte. Okay, yes, we can move on now. Hopefully we get better shows. Thank you to Tony and Lex for hopping on the show.
Yes, guys. I'm glad you guys
I'm telling you guys this from the bottom of my heart. And no offense, Sean, but Tony and Lex's shows are really, really good. Might be better than ours. Most likely better than ours.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue.
I'm not going to argue. Yeah, we're not arguing here. So please check them out. Please check out Lex, Jedi Lex. Really quick, Lex. What you got in store from your channel?
I don't know. I think I'm gonna try my best to stay current, but school's kind of coming to a close right now, so I don't know how much content I'm gonna be able to put out. I do have a few guests scheduled for Beyond Tatooine, but I think that's pretty much gonna be it until mid-August.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Can you let everyone know where they could check out your content besides YouTube? I know you have the Instagram as well. Any other place that I miss?
Nope. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Instagram and YouTube are kind of my mains, but it's Jedi.Lex or _Lex, and kind of just do everything, all things Star Wars, collectibles, conventions, news, reactions. So if you're into that kind of stuff, come check it out.
Yes, please definitely check out Jedi Lex. Tony, what you got in store from Star Wars Sith and Sit Talk podcast.
So the next thing coming up Friday, 11 a.m., new episode of Sith Talk Podcast. I got Sem's Nerd on there, the homie from the UK. So that was a really, really, really fun convo. So that's dropping. So every Friday there'll be a new episode. Next month I'll have a lot cooking with all the Chicago vlogs going to Fan Expo.
Dude, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, and
I
then
can't wait.
I'll be live streaming Outlaws 3 days before it comes out. So I'm going to go live, I think that Monday at midnight, the week that it drops. So that should be fun. That game takes place between Empire and Return of the Jedi. So it's going to be interesting to see what's in that story for sure.
All right, cool. Yeah, guys, please check out Star Wars Sith on YouTube, Instagram, and so Sith Talk Podcast also on YouTube as well. All right, guys. That's it, Sean. We got through
Another
it.
one in the books.
We got through it. Another one in.
Fun.
This is a lot of fun, man. Yeah, and like I said, it's always good to get different perspectives on Star Wars, but at the same time, we just share a common thing, and that is the love for Star Wars. So, but yeah, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone for tuning in tonight's episode. Please, I've been slowly getting to catching up with the podcast episodes, so the newest ones should be always updated every week moving forward. We got some more really cool guests coming up, so yeah, stay tuned. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, less swelling on my cheek, no root canals on that day, hopefully. But yeah, guys, may the midichlorians be with you guys always and forever. One last time.
I'm gonna delete that after.
Okay, we can delete it after. Sean, I can't wait. All right, guys, take care. Good night.
See ya.